What's up, everybody? Back for another Honkai Star video. In this video, we're going to talk about should you summon for the new 5-star Harmony character, Tribbie. Right now, this one is going to be extra insightful because the new Harmony character on the block. We have had many Harmony characters before, and I'm going to be real with you. All of them have been pretty much bust as hell, except for Sparkle. Sparkle didn't age too well, which, funny enough, is the other 5-star limited Quantum Harmony. So, will this be another Sparkle or will this be another Robin, Ruan May? We'll have to find out, right? So, first things first, we're going to go over the kit. We're going to go over like traces. We're going to go over dupes, even though I normally don't recommend going for dupes. She has a pretty damn good E1, so that's going to be pretty enticing. We're going to talk about the light cone very briefly, and then I'll say if you should summon or not, and then I'll give, my opinion on if I'm going to summon or whatnot, if you care about that. But anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's jump into the video. So, 5-star Harmony Quantum Tribbie. Tribbie is a interesting character because most of the time, if it's not a waifu, people don't care about it. Which, funny enough, quick spoiler, if you have not watched the new Tribbie trailer, I recommend watching that really quickly. I'm going to show a spoiler on the screen. I made a tweet about this. If this is what Tribbie used to look like. This was Tribbios, I believe was her name, before she split into the multiple Tribbies. Tribbie. I can't remember all their names, right? But yeah, I'm telling you right now, Aglia skipped. Mide, don't care about him at all. Her light cone and as many dupes as I could possibly get. I'm spending. Am I skipping her to? Hell no. But good lord, I was robbed. Holy hell. Like, they can't do that. Can they release, like, this form as a different character? Like, I might summon for Tribbie now just because, like, I know Tribbie has nothing to do with this character, right? She's not gonna be, like, the old animation or anything. But peak design, peak design. I'm a huge fan of the color red, right? A little biased, right? But anyway, let's get into what the actual character does, right? So Tribbie, let's basic attack, right? Tribbie deals quantum damage equal to 30% of Tribbie's max HP to one designated enemy. Deals quantum damage equal to 50% of Tribbie's max HP to adjacent targets. Yes, she not only beat the, stereotype agenda of 100% attack, she goes off of HP and she has a blast basic, which is kind of cool. Other than that, that's all it does, right? And then the skill gains Nemosity lasting for 3 turns. This duration decreases by 1 at the start of this unit's every turn. Very big. While Tribbie has Nemosity, increase all eyes, all type res pen by 24%. Very nice because it's on her turn and it's not the other character's turn. So if you have someone like Aglia who's going absolute crazy, you'd run out of the buff and then Tribbie would be like, well, it's not my turn. I can't reapply it. It is, it is what it is. You just lose damage. So very nice that it goes off of Tribbie's turns. Then the ultimate activates a zone and deals quantum damage equal to 30% of Tribbie's max HP to all enemies. While the zone lasts, increase enemy target's damage taken by 30%. After an allied target attacks, for every one target hit, deals instance of 1 quantum additional damage equal to 12% of Tribbie's max HP to a target that has the highest HP among the targets hit. The zone lasts for 2 turns. This duration decreases by 1 at the start of this unit's every turn. Overall, AoE damage buff deals additional quantum damage, and the zone is off of Tribbie's turns. Very nice. Then we have the talent. After other allied characters use their ultimate, Tribbie launches a follow-up attack, dealing quantum damage equal to 18, I don't know why I said 16, of Tribbie's max HP to all enemies. This effect triggers up to 1 time per character. When Tribbie uses the ultimate, resets the trigger count for allied characters. If the target was defeated before the follow-up attack is launched, then launch the follow-up attack on the new targets entering the battlefield. That is a nice little addition at the very end. Helps her out in stuff like Pure Fiction immensely, right? It does kind of suck that you only get one ult and then you have to ult with Tribbie to get the follow-up again. But I mean, hey, you could probably like spam it or something. Maybe like in testing, people were going like absolutely crazy. Tribbie just like go crazy. I'm not too sure, right? Then we have the technique. After using technique and upon entry battle, obtain Nemosity lasting for 3 turns. I mean, it's good. Nothing like super crazy. Like some of them are like a straight up paragraph, which I think is funny. This one, you just get the skill really. Then the bonus traces. At the start of battle, Tribbie gains 30 energy. After other ally targets attack, Tribbie regenerates 1.5 energy for each target hit. so you really want to have her with lots of enemies and AoEs. Then, while the zone lasts, Tribbie's max HP increases by an amount equal to 9% of the sum of all ally characters' max HP. This is good. This will help her attacks hit harder because she scales off HP. Then, after using Talon's follow-up attack, increase the damage dealt by Tribbie by 72%. This effect stacked up to 3 times, lasting for 3 turns. Overall, just more damage. Then, her traces are crit damage by 37.3, crit rate by 12, and HP by 10. This is a pretty good stat line, I'm not gonna lie. It's boosting basically her attack stat, right, which is HP, and then both crit stats. Like, can some DPSs get this? Because most DPSs just have defense for some reason. They don't really use that, right? Then, of course, Eidolon's very important one is the E1. While the zone lasts, and after all ally targets attack enemies, additionally deals true damage equal to 24% of the total damage of attack to targets that have been dealt additional damage by the zone. This makes her absolutely absurd. True damage, we already have, like, granted, it's E1, right? But we already have a unit that does true damage. Remembrance MC is busted because of their true damage and their action advance. Tribbie, while no action advance, is increasing all types res pen, damage, and doing her own damage along with doing true damage. Tribbie might just be like Robin, where you just have harmony characters buffing your harmony characters, right? Then E2, the additional damage dealt by the zone increases by 120% of the original damage when the zone deals initial damage. Further deals 1 instance of additional damage. E3 and E5, obviously like skill, talent, all that. E4, while Nimosity is on the field, or if Nimosity lasts, the damage dealt by allies ignores 18% of the target's defense. We love ignoring defense. That is such a big damage buff in this game. And then E6 is going to be, after Tribbie uses ultimate, launches of Talon's follow-up attack against all enemies, damage dealt by Talon's follow-up attack increases by 729%. Wow, shocker. Really good E6 for a Harmony character. Who would have thought? It's almost like the people who made Robin. Anyway, pretty much the main dupe here is going to be E1. I feel like a lot of people are going to go for the E1 instead for Light Cone. Light Cone is good. All it really does is give Tribbie crit damage, gives your allies crit damage, and then gives her more energy so she can use her ult more often. But E1 is definitely going to be the better choice, especially because you just run something like DDD and call it a day. Not saying her Light Cone is bad, but, you know, if you would rather have her Light Cone or her E1, you definitely want her E1, right? But overall, Tribbie is a pretty solid character even at E0. She has a lot of things that are going to help certain characters that do not scale off of, you know, their basic like attack or, you know, even crit damage, because it's going to be additional damage and all type res pen, which anybody can really use, right? So Tribbie is pretty much a, I don't want to say generic supporter, but she buffs damage basically. Instead of buffing crit damage, which funny enough, her Light Cone does that. Instead of buffing break, instead of buffing whatever it may be, she just buffs damage while doing her own, right? So if we get characters that scale off of HP or have like special stuff in them where they don't really want crit damage, or maybe I'll have to see if she works with Dot. I would imagine she would work like pretty solid with the Dot team, right? Better than Ron May. We'll have to see, because Ron May does get like speed and stuff, right? When this character comes out, if I do end up going for her, I'm going to do a lot of testing, because I don't think she'll beat Robin on Robin's team, like follow-up and just like generic crit damage teams, but I have a feeling she'll be better on pretty much like the other teams, right? Especially if you have E1, I think she might beat Robin in that regard, right? Obviously, that's accounting for Robin if she's E0, because Robin does have some pretty good dupes of her own. They really love juicing up these Harmony characters, right? But overall, if you have your teams situated, right, you can skip Tribbie, right? If you don't have Robin, or you're using like a 4-star like Ting Yun or whatever, I feel like Tribbie might be a bit more helpful. If you want a lot of the characters going forward, I think Tribbie is a solid investment, because all it's going to take is for a character to scale off of something weird, and I think Tribbie would instantly just be their best slot. You know, that could be Castorus, could be Anaxa, could be Cypher. I forgot the other characters' names. If you don't want to take the chance, I think getting Tribbie is a good option. However, she could just rerun before the patch ends because, you know, they like to spam Robin. They could probably spam Tribbie. So do keep that in mind. It is smarter to wait instead of just summoning frame 1. But if you have a lot of Jades or you are a light spender, grabbing Tribbie could save you a bit of waiting time. If not, I would 100% wait. Castor's comes out. Castor's best partner is Tribbie. Then when Tribbie runs, just grab her then and just use whatever you can with Castor's, right? If you're a fan of like Cypher and Oxa, whatever it may be, and they end up being, you know, a Tribbie partner, just wait. I know it does suck not using character full power, but it's better than summoning for Tribbie and then realizing you don't really have a use for her, and her best teams are teams that you don't really care about or whatever it may be. So that is my piece of advice. For me, I'll probably cave and end up summoning just because it is a new Harmony character, so there's a lot of things to be tested and experiment with, and it's just nice to not use Robin on every single team. You know, I love Robin, but she's getting a little old and a little annoying to see on every single team. But if I lose 50-50, then I think that might just be it for me. I'm not too sure yet. I really do want my day, but we'll see how the summons go, right? But other than that, that's going to be it for the video. Let me know in the comments if you're going to summon for Tribbie. If you're skipping, you're going to wait until a rerun to think if you're going to pull or not. Let me know. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next Honkai Star video.